This is Cop Top 1 here from NoobAlert.com. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah?
I mean, this is a pretty sweet setup you guys got here.
Man, we were freaking out. We couldn't believe when 2K told us they were doing this. And they said, well, it's going to be out 12, 14 feet. We were like, no, come on.
I mean, looking around, you definitely have probably the best booth set up.
Oh, we're thrilled.
So
this is the best thing we've done. We cannot believe it. So.
Well, okay. Well, aside from the best booth, you got probably one of the best games I've seen so far here as well. So we're here with Borderlands 2. And what can you tell us about the game?
Well, the Borderlands 2 is a very ambitious sequel. What we're doing is, if you guys look at how, when we came out with Borderlands, the first one, that was October of 2009. We've been on this thing for going to be 3 years by the time we come out with it. So you can expect massive changes, improvements, you name it. It's either been gutted and replaced or entirely overhauled. So your favorite things like your mission system, your gun system, your skill system, all that, vehicle system, you name it, it's been reworked and redone. It was a very, very ambitious sequel. We're really proud of it, what we got.
Yeah, so the first game very heavily focused on multiplayer
co-op,
co-op play, yes. So obviously we got to play a little bit, and we got to check out 2 of the classes, and it is awesome. I mean, it's running really smooth.
Thank you.
The graphics are crisp and responsive. Some of the little details we noticed were that you kind of pick up loot on your own. It's like
little refinements, a little bit is that like back and forth with the gamers and what they really wanted to see in the sequel and things they've been asking for. But the other stuff we've been thinking about is like when you come to a co-op game, there's things that we were really worried about. Say, for example, you're playing at home and your buddy comes over and it's been a couple hours and you're like, hey, you want to play split screen? Used to be you had to start the whole game over, right?
Right.
We've now added dynamic drop-in split screen. Like, we want the barriers to drop even lower for getting into a co-op game. Even when you say you've been playing online for a few hours and you're a few levels ahead, we're trying to get the mission system and this level system so that people can hop in together and readjust their requests so that they can play together, right? We're trying to get people to be able to play together as easily as possible, so we're doing all these things in Borderlands 2 to make that happen.
Now, changing gears, no pun intended, Borderlands 1 was already a really huge world. Like, if you just had to walk everywhere, it took forever. And now Borderlands 2 is even bigger.
Huge. Well, look at this giant poster. You can see all the different areas that you're going to be able to explore. All that stuff, you're going to see stuff like that in the game. This is not like, oh, well, let's put a volcano. Like, there's all these different things you're going to experience in Borderlands 2. And we're really thrilled with making the world even bigger and richer, and the environment is more varied this time too. So it's not like desert, oh, snow, and then you're done. Like, it's
you're like the end of the game. Right. Okay. And tons and tons of weapons. We've heard like the billion different combinations and stuff. And now there's like, lots of weapon modifications. You still have your different types of weapons.
Yeah, all the manufacturers, your Vladoffs, your TDRs, all those kinds of things. They're much more visually diverse this time as well. So when you pick up a weapon in Borderlands 2, you're going to be able to identify who the manufacturer is, what kind of effects it will have, what kind of skills would work well with it together. If you combo it, to say if you're a Gunzerker, which one would complement each other. Like, all these things are much more visually communicated in Borderlands 2. And you're just going to be able to get all these different cute little flourishes and flavor with all the weapons as well. We're really proud of how the weapons are turning out in this. Hopefully you've seen it and you agree, I hope.
Yeah, I do. I'd love to know, will I still be able to dupe my weapons and give them to my friends?
We put a lot of effort into that, yeah. That's the downside of gaming, is a lot of people want to try to do things that are kind of unsavory to corrupt the economy of our game, things like that. So we try really hard to combat that, do the best we can, yeah.
No, it's great. It actually kind of made the game almost like a new way of being fun,
Sure. I mean, there's some, say, like the pearlescent guns that actually showed up in one of our DLCs. That was a result of people like goofing around and kind of hacking things. And like, we actually embraced it too. Like, people want to mess with our stuff. We see something that people are really enjoying. Nobody plays a video game wrong. Like, so we try to embrace everything. It's
fun. So, is there anything else that you can just tell us? Because I mean, there's so many details that are just under wraps, and there's so much you can't talk about.
Oh man, there's a crap load that you guys are seeing here, aren't you?
Oh, I know.
There's all these 4 new character classes everybody's really excited about. You're getting to play a couple of them. We just did a little bit of a tour where you guys are going to see online. We put out a bunch of footage of some other areas that you guys should be able to check out. The Maya and Salvador we have here. Maya is the phase locking skill, which she's about crowd control. What we've done in the skill trees this time, though, is actually the role-playing guys who really love to dig into skill trees and finding the differences and how those complement each other. We put a lot of effort in making the rewards for that much better. So hopefully when guys really get the game in their hands in September, they're going to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I got to play with the Gunzerker a little bit, and I was a big Brick fan. I was probably maybe of the minority of the last game.
Yeah.
But I noticed that like rockets were a little bit more interesting now.
Yeah. Splash damage actually splashes and rockets, things like that.
I don't just completely miss.
Yes. So. And Salvador here, he can dual wield 2 rocket launchers as well.
Yeah. It's shaping up to be a great game. I can't wait for September. I can't wait to play this game more than the little bit I got to see, but it is great. Man. So thank you very much, Steve.
We are so excited. We can't wait for you guys to play it.
All right. Thanks again, man.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Take care.